Yeah, white dudes like that have a high libido, huh?
Who?
Larry King?
Yeah, like him and like what was the Playboy guy?
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. Like, you know, when they were 80 and stuff, they were staring at their like ET dicks. Right?
I don't know what they do though. Like I feel like I remember hearing from one of the playmates who told her story that like they would just kind of all sit in the bed and like kiss each other. I don't think sex happened, but I don't know.
Oh, that's weird. Like a slumber party.
Yeah.
But didn't he actually produce Spawn when in his 70s?
Which one?
Larry King.
Oh, probably. I don't know. Yeah.
Imagine if there was no fucking Viagra.
Yeah.
And he still had to have sex. He would have to jam his...
Oh, stop.
Smooshies?
Yeah, he would smush it against the wall of the vagina.
The word jam.
Yeah, he would... Not jam.
I would do it a little differently. If I was him and I was 70 and I knew that I could still ejaculate, I would put it on a petri dish and then get a turkey baster and then turkey baste.
No, I would take my 4 fingers like this.
Oh, no.
And I would rub it like a clit. Right? Like, honey, you know, and she would be spread, right? I would, right?
It's what he does.
You ready?
Now.
You ready? Right? And I would then take this thing and spread the vaginal open, and just try to just shoot it into it. Is that? Am I perverted by even saying these?
It's
this
what
type
you
kind
do
of talk?
now, babe.
I know that's exactly my style now, and I just feel like, am I Larry King? I don't know, but this is who I was before yoga. Yoga. That's just a bunch of stretching. That's not a real exercise. You know? Oof. Like anyone that would do yoga, I'd be like, oh yeah? Yeah, I also walk. You know what I mean? Like that's how the level of, I thought that it was just like walking or lifting your arm. Right? Ooh, yoga, hard. Right? Just lifting your arms like that, right? Right? I don't know why I'm doing this.
You've been doing that a lot.
You're like air traffic.
You
haven't flown in so long.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why. When you're happy with your weight, clap your hands.
Fat.
Wait, so but what would you say about yoga now before you said?
Oh no, so I'm gonna get into it.
Oh.
It is the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. I've been into a lot of tragic situations in my life, a lot of physical exertion.
You have?
I've been beat up. Yeah, I've been, you know, I used to have this trainer, you know, because Abby thought one time that I was going to be like an action star, a manager. So she's like, I know this guy, you know, he's the best trainer in the world. This a tall, muscular black guy. And he used to come to my house and he used to fucking, you're not done. And I'm on the treadmill. You're not done. He would yell, you're not done. And I go, I'm dying. And then like if I would stop, he would grab me and put me back on the treadmill. You're not doing, you know. And it was so hard. This is way worse.
There's no way that's possible.
Oh yeah, dude. What I love about yoga is this. She's like, you'll be in a position, right?
What is that position?
Like, you'll be you'll be on your leg like this, one leg, and you're lifting it like this. I'm just making it up, right? And I'm like, it burns, right? And then, well, because you haven't, you know, used certain muscles there before, right? Like, you know, some of us have built up that muscle, right? But because because you haven't used, and in my mind, I'm like, when would I ever be in this position? How could I work on this? I would have to be able. Am I kicking? If I was a soccer player like this, maybe this, right?
Wow, that's really good, babe.
Right,
so
right.
Flexible,
yeah, very
right?
flexible.
But when would you ever? That's why this is petrified, because I'm never in this position. So it's very difficult. You know, have you done yoga?
I have. There's a YouTube yoga that I do, yoga with Cassandra, but hers is.
Shocking.
Hers is mostly stretching. So I like stretching yoga. I don't like working yoga.
Can you please do yoga, you and Dave too?
Yeah, he would do it, yeah.
I would just want to see him do it.
Well, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be seen.
He can just be off of the screen.
I feel like I'm at a position or a point with David that he should be able to allow me to see him. Tell him that. I think we're at that point.
I'm definitely open to starting that conversation. He's really, That's like his worst fear though, is people watching him try to exercise. Like the thought of like a workout class is just like that's his worst fear.
And he could be doing it perfectly. I don't know why, but because whenever I see David, it makes me want to laugh.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's just a funny, joyful, bundle of joy. And I just know that if I saw him do yoga, that I would probably burst into laughter. I wouldn't be able to stop myself. So maybe not do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to. But you always, last night, I need 3 things. This is what she said in the bed.
Like a scavenger hunt.
I need 3 things is a scavenger hunt. Right? It's no longer a favor.
No,
very good.
Keep in mind that I'm already tucked in.
It doesn't.
Bed.
I don't keep that in mind.
I had done
because it's not like a metallic sheet that you're fucking. You know what I mean? You could
hang on. I had I stopped moving all day yesterday.
It doesn't. Just let me finish the story.
I clean everything.
Can I finish my story? Everything. It doesn't matter. I need 3 things, right? So at that point, you have to bring out a notebook.
It's a quest.
And a fucking pencil. Yeah. Go, what is it? Like you're now a secretary, right? And you're like, Gus needs to be unfilled.
Okay, Gus. Gus is our Roomba.
Oh.
Because first of all, I had to empty out Gus 3 times. So this is the 3rd time I had to empty out Gus.
Yeah.
Right? So Gus needs to be emptied again. I just fucking did it 10 minutes ago, fucking Gus. He eats too much, right? Number 2, I want some water. And she goes, not just water, it needs to be filled.
Okay, that's another thing. When he gives me cups of water, it's always half filled. I don't understand why he can't just sit
lazy.
there for 2 more seconds. 2 more seconds.
She wants specific amounts.
8 ounces, a glass.
8 ounces. No, fuck it. All right, so I have to get now a measuring cup. I pull out the measuring cup. Yeah, I have to get the measuring cup. Right?
Or just fill it to the top.
No, I get the measuring cup.
You know what I do is when I ask for water, now Dave knows to ask which cup because I have to ask to be in a specific cup.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm loving this.
The 3rd thing
or he puts it in like a coffee mug and that's not 8 ounces. And if it's the glass that you need by your bedside, that's just not enough water.
If that's not good enough for you, get your own fucking water. And the 3rd thing is I need a Halls, which is, okay. But now I have to, now this is the voyage.
Yeah.
I got to empty out, Gus, go to the trash can, right? Then go to the thing, get the fucking Halls, right? Then get the measuring cup.
A ladle?
Yeah, that's 4 cups. Okay. You bring it to her, right? And that's 20 minutes.
Interesting.
And it's always his face when he brings you what he needs.
It's the best face. I think about the face.
He wants to punish you with his face.
I think about the face when I'm bringing the shit to her. What face am I gonna do? Yeah, I love the face, but it's like, and I've never asked for anything. So Dave, has Dave ever asked you for anything? Hey, sweetie, can you go get me?
It's very
Wait,
rare.
A fruit roll up.
You never ask for anything?
I just don't believe that.
Oh my God, Esther, I am a glorified bitch boy.
I can
go ahead. What have I asked for?
Everything. Can you get the first thing? You cried every day when I didn't want to buy an extra freezer for all your fucking pizzas and pies.
Cried every day.
He said, "Where's my fucking freezer?" And then you know what he did yesterday? What did you say yesterday?
What?
She was like, "You said this. How many times do I have to ask you to buy me my what do you call your habanero sauce?"
I did say that yesterday.
How many times do I have to ask you to buy me the habanero sauce?
And you know what I did while I was asking? She was wearing bare feet. She had bare feet.
And I was cleaning. I was doing laundry.
Yeah, and I had my bare foot. I stamped on her. I stomped on her foot, and she was in the closet. And I stomped on her foot. I put my hand here so she couldn't escape. And I go, how many times do I have to ask you to get me my fucking habanero sauce?
Kumaro Usman.
Yeah. So he doesn't ask, he demands.
But here's
and he
the
threatens.
Deal. It sounds so superficial, right? Well, it sounds so. But no, listen, okay. I've been asking for that habanero sauce for a fucking month.
And every time I said, "What's the name?"
No,
so I can buy it.
Be honest.
Yeah.
You knew the name the first time.
I did know the name the first time.
I did look it up and I did tell you.
But I said, do not throw the jar, right? And of all the things that you don't throw around the house, miraculously you throw one thing.
It's called Rojo Habanero Company or something like that.
But I'm just curious. Look, I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
Is there ever a world where you could yourself order The freezer or the sauce?
You know, that's an interesting question.
Let's break it down.
And I'm going to break that question down. Okay?
Yes.
Is there a word?
Before he breaks it down, Esther, I will say it's not that he doesn't try. It's just that it always ends up in the wrong address because he doesn't know his own address.
Yeah.
My bottom that I should have quit drinking at was in Santa Fe. I was drinking really heavily and I left. It was my friend's 30th birthday party.
Yeah.
And I went, I was 21 or 25. And I went, like, I was like, oh my God, it's your birthday. Buy me shots. Like, oh my God, it's your birthday. Like, buy me drinks. This is great. And he kept buying me shots. I was wasted. And I was like, so drunk. I was like, I'm going to suck your dick for your birthday. I'm going to blow you. And I was working at this cowboy bar. That's where we were drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you had to wear, I'm like in a cowboy hat. Like, I'm going to suck your dick, sir. And I had a motor scooter that I used to drive around. And like, I go beep beep Hattie, and I'd pull my tits out.
Yeah.
Santa Fe is such a small town. It's like I was just totally known. I was infamous.
Yeah.
And then so I was like going to drive, and he was like, "No, you can't ride your scooter." And I was like, "Fuck you!" Everyone's like out on the patio looking at me. I'm like tit out, like. Yeah, right. Beep, beep. Later, bitches. I like peel off and make a turn. I'm done. I wake up the next day with my face split open.
Oh my God.
Just like I had to get 9 stitches. It looked like the dress I was wearing. It looked like someone had slit my throat. There was just blood all on it. I looked like Carrie. I had road rash. I almost lost a nipple. It was so bad. All of my tits. For the next month after that, my pickup line at the bars was like, "Hey, you want to rub some Neosporin on my titties?" I had to carry it around. Who wants to do it? Just like open. Gushy wound.
Wow.
And then my friend took me to the hospital and everything, but I kept thinking like, at least I got those wounds instead of getting like the wounds that come back on my genitals every fucking 2 months if I had gone and fucked my friend Albert.
You've never had an
so
STD?
Disgusting. I had crabs in college, which is why I think I do comedy.
Yeah. But
when they diagnosed the crabs, I thought it was so funny. Like there was I was like, couldn't wait to tell everyone.
Well, crabs was a hot commodity in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah,
I remember when Snoop Dogg came on Power 106 and he was like, I got the little soldiers, and everyone was like, yeah. So I thought crabs was the least, at the bottom.
Best. They were so funny. I was like, of all the STDs to get, hilarious.
I'm not a science guy, but I don't. When they say crabs, are they literal crabs?
Oh my God.
They're lice.
Yes, they're pubic lice.
So if you have a microscope, don't laugh at me.
You don't need a microscope.
I want to keep going.
Dude, I just learned about.
I thought they were tiny little crab mites.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
It makes your dick look really big though when you use them.
Yeah,
really good.
Because I just found about Kanon. Was it?
Kanon, it's QAnon.
QAnon today. You know what I mean, I just found out about that. Kanon. You know what I mean? But so
I like how you're pretending like you don't know what it's called. He's been on Mad TV.
Yeah. So when you see when you have crabs and you look in the microscope, do they look like crabs?
Yeah, they look crazy.
Yeah, they're little lice.
Yeah.
Well, I saw them first. I was itching. My mom was in town. I was like, Mom, there's something wrong with my vagina. And my mom's like, does not ever want to hear any of that. She's like, ew. I'm like, that's not, I need you.
Yeah.
And then I went to I left my mom at home and I went to the doctor or to the school nurse. I was in college. And she was like, you don't have crabs. And I was like, I do have crabs. Like, oh, you have crabs.
Yeah.
I could see them.
The girl that I saw before you, I want to say her name, but we had sex.
We call her dumb cunt.
Dumb cunt.
Yeah.
After we had hooked up the first time,
she
just looks at me. She goes, I just want you to know, I should have told you before, but I have STDs.
I should have told you.
How many?
What do you mean, how many? And which ones?
I
don't know which one it was. It wasn't specific, but I go, why?
I anticipated this. So on the first month that we dated, I got tested serially. Like I got a series of tests.
Yeah. What did it come back? It come back good?
She had corona.
Yeah, no.
It started there.
It started there.
Nothing, no serious ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully.
But yeah, I think that's something that you should say, before,
Upfront.
no?
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, like really.
I would have done it anyway. I would have done it anyway.
And
I love your interactions with Esther. There's like a screaming thing that goes on.
When we come in and we're like, sir, do you mind leaving? Is he bothering you?
Yeah.
We both put our cameras on and like attack each other when we see each other. I'm also her lawyer. I'm always suing people for her. I'm like, I'm also her lawyer. Ma'am, I'm going to have to.
But it's like Esther's doing stand-up like it's an open mic, right? And then Annie would be like, just commit to it. Finish the thought.
Heckling.
Finish the thought, right? And then Esther's like, I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know what the premise is.
Well, Esther keeps pretending she doesn't know how to do fucking comedy. She's been doing it for 13 years.
I know. She is one of those.
Esther's so funny. She's like, I don't know how to write a joke. And then she's just saying jokes all day. I'm like, Esther, it's like, just you have to do tap, tap, tap.
Yeah.
For 1 second. She's so lazy.
There was a little bit of lazy. Well, this is what I have as a premise, right?
And then she wants us to write it.
yeah. She's like, so I woke up this morning a little late.
She's like, you know.
And people are just throwing her punchlines.
She'll be like, I got her Instagram.
Yeah.
Is that relatable?
Yeah. But she really is, I have to say about Esther, she's an anomaly.
She's so funny.
They're just so unique as a human. You know, she's very talented. And, you know, I just loved being there because in this pandemic, I just hadn't really seen anybody. And to see you girls, you know.
It was such a fun, it's such a good time over there.
Yeah. And that's, am I mean to you?
I mean, we're pretty.
Yeah.
I like us now.
What do you mean?
I feel like our relationship feels good.
Yeah.
You didn't like him at first?
No, I looked up to him, but he hated me when I first joined. He was my like the only Asian on network TV. She was like, my boyfriend's Bobby Lee. I'm like, oh my God, I'd love to help. The first thing he does, he's like, you suck. You're gay.
No, I'd say called you a flat
You
face.
gay?
No, I'm not. For 2 years, he got everyone on this podcast to think I was in a gay relationship. He's so good at it.
But I used to call you like flat face.
Flat face,
face.
fairy boy.
You flat face.
Why?
Because he's a flat face.
I mean,
No, you got a flat. The fuck you talking about? He looked like he was born over here. You look like you was brought over here. What is you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
No,
you're recording, right?
Yeah.
He looked like he's from Hawaii.
Yeah. I look like I'm from like old school Asia.
Well, I can't talk about y'all right now. You trying to end my fucking
No, we're
career.
good. We're good.
No, we're not good once you release this shit. You trying to set a nigga up. I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't saying shit bad about you. I appreciate my hair.
Did you grow up with Asians?
No, not until you guys came to our community.
We came to your community.
Yeah, the beauty supply store,
Oh,
the liquor store,
yeah. Were you
the
ever
grocery store.
were you ever friends with Asians growing up?
They didn't go to my school. No.
Oh, when's the first time you became a friend with an Asian?
You?
49 years later?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't know no Asian. I'm not being racist, but I really don't know no Asian.
But okay, so let me just be honest then. May I be honest?
Yeah.
I grew up in the suburbs of San Diego. There was no black people.
How many
Yeah.
did you have in your school?
1.5. I don't even know.
Wow.
I mean, the white dude was really 10. I don't know. Maybe, he was black. But
There are some suburbs in San Diego that are super white.
so white. So it's like the only real like black friends I got was from comedy.
Yeah.
And then you just show up at a club and then like, you see, the first guy I met was this kid named Kareem, right? And he was this tall, he had a big afro. And he just came up to me and he goes, "What's up, man?" And then he gave me a hug and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's just like in the movies.
Then he spit on me.
And then he went,
Yeah.
right on my face. No. You know what I mean? And I try to do I try to be like, he gave me a hug. And when we departed, I was just like, yeah. Like, I did a thing with my body.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
wow.
And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm in training day or something. You know?
Yeah.
God damn, Bobby. We had one episode about race.
Yeah.
Things you shouldn't say. And the word in the show that I brought up was Jap slap. You ever heard of that word?
I like it. I don't know what it is. But
That's what my dad did to my mom.
He's so fucking
Jump slap.
Oh, you're so stupid. But so I grew up as a little girl, and I'm just innocent. I'm telling a story. And I grew up as a little girl, and we watched a lot of Kung Fu movies. Bruce Lee, everybody loved Bruce Lee. And my mom used to walk around and I'd say, I'm a Jap slap the shit out of you. But
holy shit, I love it.
But that's a derogatory term against Asian people. I didn't know that. Till my husband said that is racist as shit. And I said, why? He said, because when Asians was in a concentration camp or something, that's what they did. Jap slapped them, hit them from the back, with the back of their hand. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that shit. So when I did it derogatory episode, which is about nigga, hunky, cracker. We said all of these words.
Yeah.
Jap slaps, and at the time, Asians had just started getting beat on, and the network lost their fucking mind. It was like, we got to remove Jap slap. So we tried to come up with so many other words, and they picked chinks, and I'm like, chinks is the worst shit.
That's worse than Jap slap.
That's the N-word.
Thank
For
you.
Asians.
But I was like, thank you. Everybody was like, they said chink on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's all about, it's a teaching moment.
Right.
You got like when you're a parent and you're used to, it's almost like what Matt Damon just said when he was saying the F word. So that's the episode that I just shot where the kids come in and say, hey, you can't say that anymore. Well, motherfucker, why y'all keep changing this shit?
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like when you see an older white man who say colors.
Yeah.
Well, if that motherfucker been living in the country, he used to saying colors, and that's what he just used to. And if don't nobody correct him, then to me that person is not racist. That person is ignorant.
You have to put people in context with either the time or the area,
and
right?
their life experiences
And their
and what
life
they're
experiences.
exposed to. But
But that's why I was never offended by Archie Bunker, because I knew when I watched that character, I believed that character really existed.
It was. What the fuck you mean?
Right, and he was authentic.
He was very authentic. That's why white men loved him.
Yeah.
Because he was the voice of that era. And what he was saying out loud was beginning to fade away for them.
Yeah.
Because times was changing and you wasn't allowed to, those at the time they could still say it, but they knew that they was losing that opportunity to talk like that openly in public. Without,
But what I liked about Archie is that he would also learn, though, on the show and grow. And you knew that deep down inside, he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy.
Right. He's just a guy that grew up in a time period.
He's ignorant.
Ignorant. That's right.
He's ignorant.
And when an ethnic person sees something like that in art or television and stuff, we get it.
Well, you're gonna love this fucking shit.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because that's what this episode is about.
Yeah,
it's
I
about
can't wait.
the ignorance of me. You know, I even did an episode on I don't even know what they call them, but them, they, and them, they, and there.
Oh, the pronouns.
Pronouns, yeah. My daughter brought a pronoun on my house.
What's them, there?
Pronouns.
Pronoun.
They, them, their.
She,
Instead
he.
of she.
He.
Yeah, she, her, he, him.
Yeah, they don't want to be called
They,
boy and
they,
girl.
they're-
So they say they them, they, and there. So my daughter bring over this boy one day.
Yeah.
And the boy to me, and he was like, I got pronouns. I'm like, well, you got a dick. And so,
You know what? Facts, though.
but it was a teaching moment
Yeah.
for me, and I
Yeah.
decided to bring that real life experience, what it was to deal with a real child who had a pronoun, who parents didn't want to accept the changes this child was going through. And I brought it into an episode which was true to my family, and it was fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Yes, it's episode 4, and my daughter wrote the episode.
She did?
Yeah, my daughter wrote on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you knee deep in dick right now or no?
No.
Because you would.
But I would like to be. And I would love to be sloshing through the swamp of dicks. Figuring out which dick would be the best dick for my vagina.
Was it easier to get dick before?
Yeah, way
I
easier
bet,
to
yeah.
get dick before because they thought you needed them.
Yeah.
You know, men love a girl that needs to be rescued, a damsel in distress.
Wow.
You know, once you get a certain level, they think you're rich. They think you like, well, she doesn't need me. Like, and they'll approach you, and it's like a lot of guys that approach me are gold diggers. You got your gold diggers. You got your egomaniacs that are like, yeah, I just want to be able to say I fucked Tiffany Haddish, you know. And then you got, the actual good guys, but they might be not my type or boring.
Right.
And then you might find something right in the middle.
Right.
Did you point at?
Yeah. He's a good guy, but he's no one's type. You know what I mean?
Good to me.
Yeah. No.
I like how his heart beating fast.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Look at his face. Look how red his face is.
Heart is beating, baby. That's
the
sexy.
same
to me.
color of his dick. Look at that.
Yeah. That's
You
the
like a
only thing-
really pink dick like that? I don't think you'd like that.
I mean, in the dark, it's cool, but
Yeah.
when the lights come on, you're like, oh my God, are you bleeding? No. It's just hard.
Yeah. Wow. So, That is interesting.
I don't hate those dicks though. I love all dicks.
Have you ever had Asian dick?
Yes.
You have?
Mr. Kim, yes.
Mr. Kim?
That's what
Is that your teacher?
What is he, a delivery man for a Chinese restaurant?
No, Mr. Kim was he owned racehorses and cattle, and he like exported to Korea like cattle and stuff, and the horses. He would like train.
Wow.
And all that stuff. He was rich as shit.
Was he Korean?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Korean.
Yeah, Korean.
And was he older?
Yeah, he was like 20 years older than me.
Wow.
And he was the first man to make me have an orgasm without actually touching my vagina.
Wow. I saw. What the fuck?
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Feng shui the pussy some kind of.
What is happening?
Like Asians have magic.
Yeah.
That's why they got massage parlors everywhere.
Wow.
Mr. Kim was great.
What, did he live in a ranch somewhere in LA or somewhere?
He had a ranch in Portland, and he had something else in like Utah or whatever, and he had like houses, 2-3 houses here in LA.
Did you always call him Mr. Kim?
I always called him Mr. Kim. He introduced himself to me as Mr. Kim. And,
Wow.
I mean, I believe his first name was Roger or whatever.
Roger Kim.
He told me to call him Mr. Kim. And that's what I called him.
Wow. And then how would you meet a Mr. Kim?
I met him when I was working at the airlines. I was working at the airlines, and my station manager introduced me to him. He's like, this is a really good, because it was funny because everybody's like, Tiffany needs a man. You need a good man, like, to like wrangle you in, and an older man so you can learn from him. And so my station manager introduced me to Mr. Kim, and like, yeah, we dated for probably like a year. He got me like expensive backpacks and necklaces.
Wow.
And like took me on trips and stuff.
Oh,
and took me
I
to
love
the
Mr.
horse
Kim.
races. I loved Mr. Kim too, and then he just disappeared.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, probably went home to his wife or something. I don't know if he had one, but I assumed that had to be it, or he died.
Oh, no. Mr. Kim, God, R.I.P. Fuck.
Yeah, he's probably alive. I don't know.
He's probably so proud of you, though.
If he remembers me.
Oh, Mr. Kim.
Do you think Mr. Kim looks up and he's like, oh my God?
I feel like if he's still alive and he looks up and he goes, something about that girl.
He had an accent? He had an accent.
Oh, that's
shit.
It's a game changer.
Wow.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
Well, that shows, wow.
Yeah.
A lot. It
There's
reveals a lot to you about you.
Sorry,
Bobby one-on-one is one of the coolest human
Most
beings I've ever
beautiful
met.
person.
Yeah, he's
you
so
are a beautiful
kind
person.
and generous and attentive. And then he ups the.
Yeah, and then he gets around these dicks and he tries to be a dick, and it's like, it's not who you are, bro. It doesn't fucking work.
He's not a dick.
No, he's
at
not.
all.
No.
But he's a dick around other people.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's confusing. Who are you right now?
Because the thing is that when you're around some of these guys, there's a feeling, you know, with like last night I was with Spade, Callan, Jeff Ross, all these guys, and when you get around it, I can feel myself. I can feel myself not being me, because mainly it's because I'm trying to protect myself around them.
Yeah, because you're afraid you're going to be under attack, right?
Right.
But they can't attack what's real. And they can try to attack it, but they'll never win the battle.
Right.
Because it's real.
Yeah. Wow. I do, you know, it's so funny. You're the first comic to ever say that out loud, that I do that.
Yeah.
Because I observe it within myself. When I'm there and amongst them, I observe it. And then I observe myself, who I'm authentically me when I'm one-on-one with even a younger comic. And I can just, like, you know, Sunday night, my MC, Joe, who's the parking lot guy at the, Joe Maurice, he's a parking lot guy at the store. You know him.
Yeah.
And no one ever asked him to go on the road with him. He's only opened for one dude one time, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so him and I, after the meal, I go, you hungry? He goes, yeah, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. We just sat there. Yeah, I pay for everything, you know, and we get to talk, play games, and make each other laugh and talk, you know what I mean? But if Joe Maurice saw me with Dalia and all these other guys, I would not shun him, but I would block him out. Right?
So many comics did that to me over the years.
I know.
And then they come, now they're like, hey, Tiff, what's up? And I'm like, hey.
Wow.
I treat them the way they treated me.
Wow.
Like, I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
And however they treated me, well, I'm just a reflection of that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, what up? Like, you know, if you would have never came around, and I probably would be like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Not doing the podcast.
Tiger, what?
Give you my number, why?
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? I'll be honest with you. If I didn't come around and you had blown up, I would not ever ask you. And let me say this, and this is the truth. I would probably live the rest of my life going, why did I do that?
Yeah, because he does have a lot of those relationships that he's completely blown, where he'll tuck his tail between his legs and say, you know what, I'm not even going to try because I fucked up.
Yeah, but you should be the bigger man and be like, yo, I apologize for that, man.
That is true.
Yeah, but
and then walk away from it and see if they come back.
Yeah.
But to me, it's if they've blown the, like, okay, if I was really mean to somebody, which is, I can only think of maybe one at the top of my head.
Me.
No, not you. Not you, because you're here. You're fucking here.
Yeah,
but I can think of one that I can't name the name, but like that blew the fuck up. That I wasn't really that nice to. I wasn't a dick, but I just remember they would say hi, and I go, not really open my. And now this person is huge. And I don't want to go, hey, sorry, because the thing is that it's going to make it seem
the apology as an incentive.
That I'm apologizing to get something out of it.
Well, if you ask for something right after you apologize, then yeah, that's what it's going to seem like. But if you apologize and then move on with your existence and you guys happen to meet up again, which will happen if you are running in the same clubs,
okay,
it'll be a different situation.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to say. What's up, dude? Honestly, like, I don't want anything out of you. I'm just here because when you were a younger guy, I just was kind of like, I ignored you and I was kind of a dick a lot of times. I just want congratulations. I'm really proud of you. And I just wanted to apologize for that behavior and good luck is that good?
Yeah. And then keep it pushing.
And then you keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing.
I'm going to fucking do it.
You'll feel better afterwards too. You won't feel the guilt you feel or whatever you're feeling. You won't feel that anymore because you did your part. Now, if that person continues to treat you like shit or whatever, if they even treating you like anything, but 9 times out of 10, they will appreciate it.